Lieutenant General Romeo S. Browner, Jr., Philippine Army, ably represented by the Acting Chief of Staff, Philippine Army, Major General Jose Ariel M. Niebra, Philippine Army, sir. Good morning po. Major General Roberto S. Capulong, Philippine Army, the Chief of Staff, Philippine Army. Colonel Danilo S. Estraniero, GFSC, FA, Philippine Army. Colonel Napoleon Z. De Vera, MNSA, Infantry, Philippine Army. Colonel Napoleon Z. De Vera, MNSA, Philippine Army. Colonel Ivan V. S. Jose, MNSA, Infantry, Philippine Army. Philippine Army Ladies Club. Of course, Colonel Joel Enrico Anastasio, Medical Corps GSC, Army Chief Surgeon. One of my best classmates in Command and General Staff Course Class 61. Colonel Maria Victoria Juan, NC GSC, the Army Chief Nurse. May I also acknowledge the presence of my concelebrant priest, the newly appointed parish priest of Post of St. Michael the Archangel Chapel, Lieutenant Colonel Father Dionisio L. Acaso, CHS. Lieutenant Colonel Father Jerome C. Deludo, CHS. Lieutenant Colonel Father Alexander D. Dawa, CHS. Lieutenant Colonel Randolph L. Lanaha, CHS, NIC Sangli Philippine Navy. Major Jeselito Badilla, CHS, the Division Chaplain of Armored Division. Lieutenant Colonel Isidro Joy Balistoy, CHS, the Acting Naval Chief Chaplain. Reverend Father Major Smith Marcori, CHS, Admin Officer. Captain Father Arnel Gooden, CHS, assigned OTC CHS, AFP. Reverend Father Alex Salas. And of course, the President of Parish Pastoral Council, retired Colonel Lalaine Pascual. The members of PPC, Parish Pastoral Council, other religious organization here present, Domus Seminarians who serve in this Mass, my brothers and sisters in Christ, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Happy Fiesta po sa inyong lahat. Batiin ng mga katabi. Happy Fiesta. Yeah. I also would like to acknowledge Colonel Mars Gayat. We were captain nung kami ay magkasama pa sa Mindanao. Kapitan pa kami noon. Ngayon, matanda na tayo, sir. His Excellency Most Reverend Bishop Oscar Jaime L. Florencio, Doctor of Divinity, sends his sincere apologies for not being able to join us for today's Mass as we celebrate the Feast of St. Michael due to an equally important commitment in the Philippine National Police. Nevertheless, he has tasked me with the privilege of representing him today for your Fiesta celebration in honor of St. Michael the Archangel, your patron saint angel. Of course, my dear brothers and sisters in Christ, I am truly honored and happy to celebrate this Fiesta Mass with you, especially for a valuable character of our faith. As your former post chaplain 15 years ago, and now the acting chief chaplain AFP at 56 years old, I have witnessed the devotion to St. Michael is a significant devotion of so many of our soldiers in the field where I was assigned. In 6th ID Cotabato, in 4th ID Cagayan de Oro, in 1st ID Pagadian, in Davao Mental, in 8th Infantry Division Samar, and even in Nolcom and Abubakar in Palawan. From 1998 to 2016, I have served the Philippine Army. So many soldiers with great devotion to St. Michael, I came into contact. And as a matter of fact, 2 regular officers decided to join us and became one of us. Reverend Father Greg Ramos of PMA Class 84 And of course, yung nakasama ko sa Midsayap Cotabato, si Captain Gooden, now Reverend Father Gooden. Palakpakan natin si Captain Gooden. Pinagpala po ang Philippine Army at may nagpari at naging mga pari. Our devotion to angels, and specifically Saint Michael the Archangel, started with the Jewish religion. Hindi po ito original sa atin. Nagmula po ito sa Jewish religion. Actually, hindi lang po tayo ang kumikilala or nag-acknowledge ng presence ng mga anghel, because their presence are also acknowledged in Judaism, in Islam, and in different denomination of Christian faith. Para po sa mga Hudyo, angels are advocates of Yahweh to the people. At si San Miguel Arcangel ay isang mandirigma, warrior. Para po sa Islam, angels are forces of Allah, and Michael or Mikael is said to be responsible for the forces of nature. For us, my brothers and sisters in Christ, they are attendants and messenger of God. And Saint Michael is one of his archangel, together with Gabriel and Raphael. That is why today, my dear brothers and sisters in Christ, we are reminded as we celebrate this feast of their existence and their roles that they have to play in our Christian life. With our Fiesta Thanksgiving Mass, we are reminded of their presence in the whole community of the Philippine Army. Kahit po hindi natin sila nakikita, meron naman mga mukhang anghel sa atin na tayo ay nakikita. Sa maraming pagkakataon, pinoprotektahan po tayo nila ang bawat isa sa atin, lalo-lalo na yun pong mga naniniwala at kumikilala sa kanilang kakayahan, tayo ay pinangangalagaan. My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, life is not only about physical realities that we see around us, but the metaphysical exceeds all worldly realities. The value of life is not really measured by the riches that we accumulate, nor position, nor rank that we gain in our career, not even by how respected or feared we are by our peers. Today, we are reminded that these things will only measure the depth of our character. But what truly matters is how we utilize them to be worthy of God's kingdom. Kaya nga po, natutuwa po ako sa inyong community dito po sa Fort Bonifacio at lalong-lalo na po dito sa inyong samahan sa St. Michael Chapel. I have observed how you struggled as a community together with your chaplains assigned here. And somehow, your struggle is an indication that you are striving for something much deeper towards spiritual greatness, connecting with people, influencing each other to experience the loving presence of God in their midst, being faithful to the gospel values Christ Himself has taught us every time we attend the Holy Mass, especially Sunday Mass. These are sure signs that we are striving for greater things and that God exists in us with angels as His instrument in making us feel His loving guidance, protections, and presence in our lives. To believe, even if we have not seen or touched all the realities of our faith, is indeed a great challenge for all of us in attendance through this Fiesta Thanksgiving Mass celebration. I hope that our participation with Fiesta celebration may not be reduced on mere compliance or forced by circumstance that we need to attend the Mass, but more importantly, to instill in our hearts the importance of acknowledging and accepting the purpose of this great devotion our patron saint are calling us today. The message this celebration is inviting us to reflect. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. May our guardian angels, especially Saint Michael, continue to be on our side, to light and to guard, to rule and to guide, and to protect us. May God bless us all in our celebration of Fiesta. Maligayang kapistahan po ni San Miguel at Anghel sa inyong lahat.